Johnny, it's the best time of the week. It is time for our deal of the week. And this week we are at the most highly nuanced property on all of Maui.
That is a mouthful, Danny. I got to see this.
Absolutely. We like to
I was
say
just,
nuance. There's all kinds of nuance here. There's so many variations, variety. I mean, this is probably the American dream type property, right? You got all the options, all the configurations, all the opportunities, and it's all here at one complex. So, where are we?
good old
We
West Side,
are on the west side
best side.
at the Papakea.
Papakea.
Zooming in for you.
She is a
Tahona
monster.
Kauai.
She is a monster of a complex, dude. 12 acres.
Absolute monster.
12 acres, Danny.
That's a whole lot of land. And what does that look like? It looks like a mini Disneyland, Johnny.
I mean, look
We
at
got
that, bro.
putting greens, lagoons, shuffleboards, cabanas, jacuzzis, swimming pools, tennis courts, pickleball, and a beach.
And a beach and a freaking kind of a don't say anything surf spot in front there too. You didn't hear it from me.
Don't tell them about the surf spots, Johnny.
What are we talking about, Fight Club? What? All right.
And you got the front desk out there
There it is.
hanging out. So does this feel like an apartment complex, Johnny?
Well, no, my wife used to be the concierge here, Danny.
Oh, there's a concierge in an apartment complex?
Only in Beverly Hills.
So we
New
were chatting
York
about
City.
that. So
Yeah.
other complexes around Maui that are residential apartment kind of complexes, condos, there's no amenities. You think
There
about
isn't.
villas at Kahana Ridge, Napili Villas, South Point, Kihei Villages. There's absolutely no amenities at these sorts of properties.
Only Maui Lani terraces. They got a pool.
Maui
And-
Lani Terraces has a pool.
Yep.
There
And I
was some
think-
vacation rental-ish things going on there at some point before
Right.
the cease and desist. I mean, it's not clearly across the board. It's not 100% of the residential complex have nothing, but the vast majority,
They don't look like
have
this,
nothing.
Danny.
they don't
They
look
don't
like
look like that.
a resort.
looks-
So now it's complicated because this is zoned two ways, Johnny. It's apartment zoned and hotel zoned. Like, how
Yep.
do you even get there?
Make it make sense, right?
He's stumped, guys. He's
Well, I
absolutely
mean,
stumped.
I am looking at 12 acres of maintenance, right? Lush greens, giant pools, jacuzzis. I mean,
Lagoons,
so
koi
yeah,
fish, all the
th-
things.
This doesn't make for your typical local living arrangement. And I get it, man. Some local people want to live like this, but they don't want to pay $1,900 a month for a one bedroom and maintenance fees, right? So Papakea on Bill 9, but also on Exhibit 2. It looks like everybody's feeling very good about Exhibit 2. Some meeting coming up here next week where they actually create the new H3 and H4 zoning. That's hotel. But yeah, let's peel back the onion here, Danny. Let's dive into this beast.
Let's see the nuance a little bit more. So just
Okay.
the arrangement of the complex, you got this kind of double horseshoe vibe going on, parking all the way down at the bottom of your map here with the tennis courts. And then your prime buildings, Johnny, are A, F, and L. The direct oceanfront, straight on views. And then everything else has kind of got some sort of side angle view, right?
And that was on purpose, though, right? So they built them in these U-shaped to maximize potential views throughout the entire complex.
As best as they could.
That's it.
And some have better views than others. That's just the reality. So you can see the lagoon, the putting course, the pool, all the amenities here, and the ocean out front. Now, this nuance goes even further, Johnny, where we talk about 19 different unit configurations.
And I'm sure that the square footage does affect what you pay in maintenance fees because you'll see those are all over the road too, even though you're going to say, well, wait, that's a one bedroom. Well, no, it's the one that's 1,015 square feet as opposed to the one that's 597 square feet.
What a range. And you even have probably a developer unit, a 4-bedroom, 4-bath unit, Johnny. I've never heard of such a thing.
The rarest of the rare.
No one's letting go of that one.
Nope.
But there's the nuance. You see so much variety. Now we're going to go even further in this discussion, Johnny, because some of these are leasehold. some are fee simple, some are
Good
fee
times.
available.
Let's go.
There's all kinds of configurations. So let's take a quick look here at everything that is active on the market. Now, Johnny, people shouldn't be too scared at Papakea when they see a lot of inventory. The reason for that is one, there's a lot of units, but two,
Correct.
there's a lot of turnover. I think
It's just,
throughout
it
my
churns.
career,
It
yeah, 8, 9
churns.
years in Maui real estate so far, there's always 15 to 20 units available at Papakea. Always.
Noted.
It's just what it is. So sometimes people reach out, they ask us, they're like, oh, like, what's wrong? There's like a lot of units available. Now, there is a lot of complication going on, but at the same time, it's pretty normal to see 15 to 20 units always available. So right now, there's 16.
Take us through the first 5 there, Danny. Go all the way down, start at the top, and then take us to D204, if you would, just to kind of show us, what we're talking about here, configuration, etc.
So here we go. 365 is the lowest price. It's a leasehold. One bed, one bath, 597 square feet. Leasehold, $1,500 a month in maintenance fees plus your $769 a month lease fee.
Goes out to 2041 for surrender date. So that's a long time out there. That's good.
Pretty far out. And in a property like this where there's leasehold and they're owned by a bunch of different companies as well, Johnny, you don't imagine there's going to be any sort of like surrender of the property and reversion back to
can't do it.
Else.
The vast majority is already fee simple, right? These are literally privately owned leases now. Tradewinds pops up a lot throughout Papakea. They also show up quite a bit in Valley Isle. So there were people that went around and bought the leases, Here's another one.
That sounds like pretty good, passive income before passive income became a hot topic. $700 a month for doing nothing. You don't even have to pay taxes, property taxes on that, right? All right, so the second one.
Yep.
Also a leasehold, but this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath leasehold for $399, honey.
So I pay $400. I get a 3-bedroom, which is the rarest of the unicorns. I pay $28.50 a month in maintenance fees. What do I pay in lease rent? Another $14.10. So let's call that $4,000 and change. Am I right there?
$4,200 a month.
And then I get another $1,100 or so in property taxes. Is that all?
That's all for $399, Johnny. $30,000 more than the one before it. I mean, almost 1,200 square feet to work with. Now let's talk about that 3-bedroom configuration because the developer doesn't show any 3 bedrooms available. So where do they get this 3-bedroom, Johnny?
I'm going to guess it's a loft.
Oh.
There it is. So I saw the stairs already. It's just weird here in Maui County, lofts are considered storage spaces. So a lot of times they're not considered livable, even though you'll find a bathroom occasionally in them. Just interesting.
So lofted space, obviously someone could sleep up here. There's not a lot of privacy. There's usually not a closet. So technically you're not going to call it a bedroom. But if you're selling it on the MLS and you're listing it as a vacation rental, then absolutely you want to tell everyone it's a 3-bedroom unit.
That's how it's being used for sure.
Marketing. All right, so here's the next one. Nuance.
Direct ocean front. I remember when they wanted 6 and change. I've shown this one a few times to people.
So direct ocean front, ground floor, straight out to the water, out to the beach, $399, $950. But Johnny, the fee is available on this one. What does that mean?
I called on it, dude. They want $700.
So $700,000 on top of this $399. But what does that get you then?
Turns it into a fee simple condo.
Ooh. Fee simple for $1.1 million. What do you think, Johnny?
I think it's absurd.
But there's the nuance. There's the nuance. You could buy this as a leasehold, or you can buy the fee as well, and it's kind of a separate transaction, and then you turn it into a fee simple.
I think that whatever bank owns this has forgotten about it. I mean, because they're still at $399. I remember when they had it listed for $699, and here we are 67 days into a whole brand new listing period. It was already on the market, I want to say, for a year.
Let's check it out, Johnny, shall we?
So look at that. Back in 2008, they were trying to get 6 and change for this guy, and it was still
back at the other top of the market. And then
that's the owner.
429, 609, 579, 499, 444, 399. coming back in 2025 for $399. So what
and
are they going to
still
do with this
behind.
thing?
Still behind, man.
Wait, was this the
So
one that also needed the bathroom repaired,
yeah.
or that was a
So
different one?
Papakea is just going, they've had seawalls put in. They did an exterior renovation. Their recent
Oh, there you go.
renovation is
There's your
plumbing.
bathroom.
That's what they leave you with. So they take care of the drywall and some other things, but you just got to put the guy back together again. You'll be fine. It'll be okay.
So the bank is literally sitting on this thing for $1,800 a month plus $700 a month, $2,500 a month plus taxes for years.
Well, dude, we do have a judicial foreclosure process here, which means that foreclosures take like literally 6+ years, dude.
Wow.
Well, I could
So
be
not
fibbing
always
there,
the best killer deal in the market.
not necessarily.
Okay, nuance,
mean,
Johnny. You're overwhelming
yeah,
me with nuance here.
yeah. What do you mean?
There's so many variables to this Maui real estate thing, Johnny.
There it is. $450 leasehold fee available. So this one not a foreclosure. So they're like, I'm worth at least 50,000 more than that other.
Got my herringbone floors.
That's pretty floors, man.
Do I got my bathroom put together? That is the question. Aha. Bathroom put together.
Nice. So
There you
L
go.
building.
So we're seeing variety, and then, all right,
This
fifth
is our
one, Johnny.
subject. This is our subject right here.
This is fee simple for 475. 1-1, not oceanfront.
So we've talked about what motivates human beings, right? There is hope for gain, which is where I'm hoping I'm going to get my price. And then you have fear of loss, which is, oh my goodness, I better dump this thing before prices go even lower on me. I took a peek. These people have slapped in some brand new floors. They completely refurnished, absolutely brand new furniture throughout the complex. They've never touched it themselves.
Nice
And
furniture, by the way, too.
These guys picked this thing up for $525, Danny.
Oh.
Show me you're motivated. Don't tell me you're motivated, because I'm sick and tired of reading those emails from my fellow agents. Seller's highly motivated. It just doesn't show up in the price.
So these guys are showing that motivation that we look for.
Without question. I mean, when you're coming out the gates at $475, I feel that price is priced for negotiations. How low they go, I don't know, but they're already accepting a loss. So they are saying, for one reason or another, I don't know if like the strategy was to invest in the new furniture to make it move quicker, or I don't know. Maybe something
There's all
just
kind of
happened.
loss here, right, Johnny? They're
Well,
50,000 under. They paid for it. They still got commissions to pay. They paid for the furniture, maybe 15,000.
This is the behavior you look for, though, where it's just like, wow, that
On
really
top of
doesn't
all
make
those
sense.
things, they're still trying to sell in a depressed market, in Bill 9, in special assessment, in construction, and they're trying to sell. That all those factors together tells us that this is something to consider.
And for me, just reflecting on Bill 9, in what world does it make sense that local people are going to go drop $475 and then pay almost $2,000 monthly? I can't think of anybody that would make sense, man. Young people, they're looking at that $2,000 a month going, dude, I could rent a room for that much.
Sure could.
So just my thoughts there.
And they might like the complex and the lifestyle, and someone might pull the trigger on that. But the downside, I mean, you can go get yourself a condo elsewhere for lesser fees, bigger.
Maui Lani Terraces, 2 miles down the road.
There you go. So you have other options.
But what's interesting is in response to all of the chaos and the high maintenance fees, we are starting to see some of these one bedrooms come into a similar price as residential, which is fascinating to think about. Because in the world of averages in my head, I'm like, okay, so starting prices for studios that are vacation rentable, $550 no view, 1 bedroom, $700, 2 bedrooms, 1.2. That's what has been my head for the last 5 years.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, man. And
now
it's
you don't
also
know what you're gonna see.
That's it. And I mean, dude, it kind of tells you where like investing in this environment can be very, very uncomfortable, man. I get it. Like people are
we just talked about all different sorts of variables and zoning issues and assessment issues, and so many things.
So, in the world of safer bets, that's why this one's a deal of the week, gang. I mean, you're picking up a one bedroom with a skosh of a view for, I mean, similar to what they're trying to do the leaseholds for. And you get brand new furniture that's never been touched and brand new floors. I mean, that's definitely something that you could rent out right away. And then if you wanted to come in and maybe do some different tile inside of the kitchen or the bathrooms or do little things like that during the breaks, I mean, you absolutely could.
You could make it work.
And you can be the first in line for Poppy's cinnamon rolls. Dude, that
Right
guy
across the
prints
street.
money. I've said it before. He makes 300. He sells out every day, $10 a pop. Do the math. $3,000 a day in cinnamon rolls alone.
That doesn't include the pizzas at night.
Yep. But my Auntie Rose, she can go in the back and she can get them for us. And any wait in line, gangy. Just buy the Papakea condo. I got you. I get you your first cinnamon roll.
There's your offer. Oh, Johnny, let's talk a little bit about the solds here over the last couple of
Yes.
years. So, again, this just kind of highlights the nuance. That's going to be our buzzword for today. I mean, going back 2 years, okay, we see the first one, 530,000. And if we just scroll down, I mean, we go 530 to 1,050,000 to 1,000,000 to 1,000,001 to 999 to 1,000,001 to 300,000 to 550 to 899. I mean, we're all over the road. 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom, leasehold, not leasehold, 3 bedroom, ocean front, non-ocean front. I mean,
dude, people were paying big dollars too, man, all of last year. You can just see how this, like, I really do feel that we have finally come to a point where we're building a base of a bottom. Like, we are definitely bottoming.
So talking about our subject property, I mean, 475, these 1 bedrooms within the last year or so, 500, this one went 475, 520. So prices have generally come down, 550 on this one. But some killer deals in here, Johnny. This one we talked about as a deal of the week a while back.
Even though leasehold, man.
This was a leasehold, fee available. They closed for $200,000, Johnny, for a 2-bedroom at Papakea. All in your $3,000 a month plus your taxes, but you got a 2-bedroom for $200,000. Nicely updated.
There it is.
That was a deal.
And in people's minds, it'll pay for itself with the rentability. And I mean, it will. You know, it's just, are you also interested in additional income on top of that? I can't promise it right now.
Johnny, so the other nuance going on here at Papakea is assessment and renovation. And that's kind of a dirty word for most people, assessment. They hear that and they're like, ooh, I don't want no assessments. I don't like assessments. Can't stand assessments.
Yep. Condo's not for you. Because literally that is what a condominium is it is a group of people. It is a style of ownership. It's not the buildings themselves. And it's the ability for people to share, right? And you and I were kind of talking, watched this happen with an asset that my mom owns on another island. I've watched it happen with personal friends when I go to list their property. If you don't maintain your property, if you don't update your property periodically to bring it up to modern standards, that's okay. You saved the money that you would have paid to renovate. You never had to spend that money. However, when I come to list your property, the condition of your property is going to be a big factor as to how much we pay for it. And you're going to want to list just like the ones that have been completely brand new updated. And I understand that. And yet buyers aren't going to see it your way. So you either pay over time or you end up paying when you sell it for the amount of money that you're not going to get compared to the ones that are updated, right? So it just pushes you into updating and keeping up a property is what condominiums do.
As a collective.
As a collective, you're sharing that. I mean, it's not the renovations at Papakea, all said and done, somewhere between $25-27 million, right? And you're paying $1,900 a month.
And final cost not yet reported until after the project. But what have they been working on, Johnny?
Everything.
So it started with a seawall.
Yep.
Fixed up the seawall.
Dirty work.
Then it went exterior of the complex.
Got to be done. We got salt water all over the place.
Which, I mean, these built in the late 70s, so we're going 40 plus years. And now we're inside doing plumbing renovation. Now, this is more
I'm happy
so
that they're
the
doing
supply
asbestos
lines.
abatement. That's helpful.
Yep. So removing asbestos, that kind of stuff. So massive project and feels like assessment. The advantage potentially, Johnny, is what?
I mean, they're managing it all for you. They put everything in place. They get all the trades there. You just complain about it and pay your monthly money.
And it's difficult to find people to actually come and do work on Maui.
Well, so most importantly, like these projects here have been planned for a long time. That's what reserve studies are when we take people through what are called the M1. That's the section of our contract that talks about condominium documents, right? We take them through those there. So, yeah.
And furthermore, this is kind of a start new period for you in condo ownership.
It really is.
The exterior is done, the seawall's done, the interior plumbing's done, the unit's back together. This shouldn't be a major issue now for many, 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 many years. I mean, we're 45 years plus since this project originated. So you'd imagine another 30, 40 years as well that these things should not be an issue.
Well, here's the other thing. For the rest of you condo owners that are in the same neighborhood that this stuff hasn't been done in your condominium complex, it's coming. Or else your place is not well maintained. Yeah.
We've seen it at the Mahana, Napili Shores.
Here.
Maybe coming down the pipeline in some newer complexes we've kind of mentioned on the show. So this is just part of the ownership. And as you own a single family home, these are the things that you're kind of forced to do every so often, right? New roof, new HVAC, new AC, new appliances. It's all part of the process. You just, as we said earlier, a lot of people delay those things in their own personal residences.
And guys, if you've never lived by the ocean, talk to somebody that does. I mean, you're going to find out everything rusts, even stuff that's not supposed to rust. A lot of times you're buying TVs over and over again. Just part of living by the ocean.
And you're real close to the ocean there at Papakea. So there you have it, Johnny. The most nuanced complex in all of Maui, the Papakea.
It really is.
Different unit configurations, leasehold, fee simple,
Exhibit 2,
Bill 9, Exhibit 2,
REO,
3 assessments, REO. I mean,
19
it might be helpful to have some representation if you're considering the Papakea. Now, whether that's us or someone else, your choice.
Yeah.
But it might be helpful to navigate some of these things.
You could start out with ChatGPT. Just start asking these questions here and see how that responds. And then maybe call us. Yeah,
absolutely. And then the last but not least, Johnny, that we wanted to talk about was, so when it comes to negotiation on assessments, this is often a sticking point for people.
Yes.
Because sellers are like, yo, you're the buyer.
Right.
This assessment benefits you because everything's going to be brand new, so you should pay for it.
Right.
And the buyers are like, well, you own it, and the assessment is currently being assessed to you, the owner, so you should pay for it.
Yes. So just so you know, in our contract, how it typically defaults, right? You can always change things, but the default mechanism is special assessments due in a lump sum, typically due contract. And if there's ones that are being paid over time, prorated, and then buyer assumes. But everything always open to negotiations. Just one other crazy nuance, though, right? Like in the world of negotiations, in an ideal world, we're negotiating sellers, if we're representing the buyers, to pay these things off at closings. However, when there's loans involved, a la Napili Shores, like they'll have a deadline where if you're going to pay it off in full, it has to be now. If not, the loan's engaged and you're just going to have to pay for it over time. So just know that's how the negotiations are going to work. If you like what you're hearing here, maybe you have us doing those negotiations for you. We seem to know about the stuff that you need to know.
There you have it. The Papakea, one of the most popular complexes all of Maui as well. Johnny, you hear people year after year after year after year coming to the Papakea. It's always busy when you go there. There's always people vacationing, and that's why it's so popular.
That's it. I have friends that moved over to Maui because they vacation with their parents at Papakea their whole life.
Papakea. Everybody knows it. Next time.
Mahui.